Hi, Mr. EA Executive, Thordan Smash here with Valhalla Daily News, and I need a quick quote. A lot of players are saying they spent their entire life savings on cosmetics for the game, and they were wondering when we can be hoping to see cross-progression so they can share stuff between accounts. That's a great question. Let me check the notes the devs left me. Here we go. It is very hard to merge all the accounts since it's been over 2 years since release. We are working on it. We're working on it? We're gonna lose money with cross-progression. Wait, hold on. Got it. That's correct. A sense of pride and accomplishment. Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to talk about when and if we can ever expect to see cross-progression in the game of Apex Legends. It's a feature that people have wanted since the game first came out in February of 2019. Now, in case you don't know what cross-progression is, it allows you to take stuff like cosmetics from maybe your Xbox and your PlayStation account and move them over to the other platform or to a PC system where you have another account so that you can share all the items that you've earned across accounts. Now, yesterday I did a video on the next generation consoles, the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and the PS5, and when we can be expecting a patch for that to go ahead and boost it up to 120 frames per second, making Apex Legends much more enjoyable on those systems. And I got a lot of comments in that video saying, oh, well, when they go ahead and do this in Season 10, it will most likely add cross-progression at the same time, and I want to be very clear, that is not the case. It is not coming at the same time that we are going to get that next generation patch, and it most likely won't be this year at all. In yesterday's video, I actually went ahead and shared a blog post from EA themselves where they say in the very first sentence, Respawn Entertainment is bringing Apex Legends to new platforms this year, including the Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. This means that the team at Respawn knows that they'll be able to go ahead and get this next generation patch set for these new systems this year, but nowhere in that entire blog post or on the internet for that matter does it mention anything about cross progression coming this year or any confirmation from EA. In fact, everything we have from them seems to dictate that it's not coming for a very long time. Back when Season 8 launched for Apex Legends on February 2nd of this year, Respawn actually went to Reddit and answered players' questions on the issue of cross-progression. Chad Grenner went ahead and said, I wouldn't ever say something is not possible, but it's certainly more challenging to add cross-progression to a game that's been out for 2 years. A lot of people have accounts on various platforms, and trying to figure out the best way to pick or merge account data is a challenge with many pros and cons. We're certainly looking into cross-progression, and it's something that I think would be great for the game, but it's still a ways off most likely. There are two things to take away from that. The first being that if they are saying this on February 2nd of 2021, we are definitely not getting cross-progression in 2021. It's going to take them much longer than just the remainder of this year to go ahead and figure out how they're actually going to implement the system. The second thing to take away from that is that they are saying it's very hard to do this for a game that's been out for 2 years, and I actually don't believe that necessarily, because let me go ahead and tell you about a game called Destiny 2. You see, Destiny 2 released in September 6th of 2017, 2 years before Apex Legends, and it also did not come with cross-progression when it was initially released. However, 2 years after being on the market on October 1st, 2019, Destiny 2 released the Shadowkeep DLC, which introduced cross-progression for the game. Now, Chad Grenner actually did a more recent statement back in April, giving a little bit more of an update to cross-progression, and this is what he had to say.
Cross-progression, which we don't support yet, but we are working on it. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be. It'll probably be a little while longer, but eventually we'll have that.
So at this point, we know it's confirmed because Chad is saying it in a stream that we are going to be getting it, but it's going to be a long work in progress. However, there are some things that kind of concern me. You see, Apex Legends launched on Steam on November 4th, 2020, just this last year for PC, and it allowed for cross-progression with Origin accounts. And the reason that Chad Grenner gave for that happening was that it was much harder post-launch since users have multiple accounts to merge, easier with Steam because it's at launch. However, the Nintendo Switch released later than that on March 9th, 2021, just a couple of months ago, yet it didn't have cross-progression with any other systems, even though it was a brand new launch. Let's go over this really quickly. The first reason that Apex Legends says they cannot do cross-progression is that the game has been out for 2 years and there's too many accounts to merge. Even though games such as Destiny, Fortnite, and Rocket League had these same circumstances, yet were able to do it within those 2 years. Then, when they allowed for the cross-progression between Steam and Origin so you could share cosmetics there, because Steam was a brand new launch, with Nintendo Switch coming even after that also being its own launch, it did not get any kind of cross-progression, even though it should have been just as easy to implement according to what they have said. And I don't think Respawn has anything to do with the delays. I think we all know who the culprit is here.
EA, it's in my ass.
Overall, I would love for Apex Legends to add cross progression as soon as possible, but the most likely outcome is that we're not going to see this until at least 2022, very possibly 2023, so it's far down the line. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of cross progression. Does it need to come soon? Do you want your heirlooms over on other accounts? And what system do you play on, and what system would you like to play on? And until next time, Legends, keep slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.